Catching fire. It's a term we sometimes use when someone seems to be hitting his or her stride just at the right time.
But what happens when a person does everything right at just the wrong time? As Rondrell Moore discovered, for one Wabash Valley woman, it meant making history.
Tonight, our first special report in a series that celebrates 200 years of Indiana history. It's a story that makes the mark on the bicentennial. Brought to you by Bemis.
Let's step inside St. Benedict's Church in Terre Haute. Inside, you'll find a Sunday school classroom with a teacher's assistant. You sit down with Debbie Lazelle and you just get the feeling she's done something pretty special. You can see that extra spark, but she'd tell you.
Right now I am semi-retired. I do a lot of gardening, I do some odd jobs, and I help take care of my 3 grandchildren.
And for her, that's special enough. She's serious about her craft, gardening, breaking ground to bring something meaningful to an empty landscape.
It makes me feel like I'm still a part of what I did several years ago.
There's that spark again. You can see it grow whenever she talks about what she did.
I thought, well, you know, a woman, if she's able and strong enough to do it, she can do it just as well as a man.
Then, boom, that spark becomes a flame.
I was the first EMT, female EMT/firefighter here in the city of Terre Haute.
This grandmother, Sunday school teacher, and gardener is anything but ordinary. Debbie got the healthcare bug at an early age. She became the area's first female EMT, but that wasn't enough.
So I thought, well, no, I'd like to take that one step farther and to be able to work with the city and perform my duties on the fire department.
And that's exactly what she did, mastering her exams, doing everything the men had to do, and just as well. Then, victory. She got her papers and was a firefighter.
I'm thinking, yes.
But keep in mind, this was back in the mid-1970s. Gender equality in Terre Haute wasn't what it is today. Many gave her acclaim.
And others said, well, don't you think you need to be doing something else?
But fireproof Debbie wasn't about to give up her dream, so she got right in there, living the life of a firefighter, making runs, fighting fires, helping those she considered her brothers.
For the biggest part, I felt like I was a part of the team.
She was doing it, something never done before in Terre Haute. For a year, Debbie's internal flame was unstoppable, until she decided to do something no other firefighter here had done, at least not quite in this way.
I had started a family, and so that was, you know, at that time they just didn't know how to quite deal with that, so they suggested I reroute myself and find something else to do.
Married and pregnant, we wouldn't think anything strange about it now, but for a female firefighter back then, it was pretty much her pink slip.
I wish I had pursued it and just stuck with it and just said, okay, you know, I need my job.
A tough way to say goodbye to something so precious. But she's not bitter. In fact, this woman on fire says her historic ride was well worth it.
We have to all be given an opportunity to try, and you won't know until you try. And that's what I hope to pass on to my children, my grandchildren, and these children through the years.
Showing she's still got a few embers that no one will ever be able to put out. In Terre Haute with photojournalist Garrett Brown, Rondrell Moore, News 10.
What a story. Well, since Debbie left the department, additional women were hired, but it took nearly 20 years.
Today, there are fewer than 5 female firefighters in the Terre Haute Fire Department. We have a special Indiana Bicentennial section on our website. That's WTHI-TV.com.